All right. Third take. All right, third take. We're doing a video going through the 30-day lock-in that we did. It's relationship couples edition. For those that don't know what that is, we did a 30-day run, which is cutting your expenses and living like pretty much bare bones for 30 days. And if you're in a relationship, you know it's going to be significantly more difficult because women love to spend money. Okay? If you are in a relationship, you know that for a fact. And this is a great test for your relationship to see, like, you know, is she for real, like, down? You know, is she actually gonna like lock in with me? Like, if I didn't have any extra cash, like, could we even get by? All right. It's also just good, like, for the mental framework. Like, if you guys have big goals that you're going for, how just getting on the same wavelength can really like move y'all forward. Okay. So it's the first time that she's on this channel. At least her face is. Like, there's been a couple videos where she's been on the car and I'm yapping, but you don't really get to see any input and whatnot. So this is be first time. Very exciting video. And I got a couple questions, but this is Tabitha, and tell them a bit about yourself. Tell them a bit about us, whatever.
Okay, my name is Tabitha. We've been together for 2 years now. We're celebrating in Puerto Rico right now. The view is amazing. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at the view. I love to hike and I love to shop.
Yes.
And I love to do makeup.
So, you guys got enough, all right? I sent the questions for her to her phone. And before we begin, I highly encourage, if you're with your girl and you've never done a 30-day lock-in, don't watch this video yet. Like, experience it raw, because it was really cool to see like all the changes that we both had and like different mindset shifts that we were going through during the time. But we'll get those questions answered for you live right here. The first question that I got for you is, what was the biggest takeaway from the lock-in for you?
The biggest takeaway for me was it really taught me to be more intentional with spending, because as a woman, I would be like, oh my gosh, I want to try this makeup product, I need to get this t-shirt, and you know, I want to try this recipe. So I feel like it taught me to be more intentional with the things that I was buying, and it taught me to get creative too, because during that lock-in we had a rule, which was only groceries, gas, and what was the other thing?
Like
Groceries,
rent,
gas,
payment,
food, yeah,
like mortgage,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll just throw in like a small example. I was craving chocolate chip banana muffins, but we're in this lockdown. Technically it is groceries, but our rule was like no impulsive spending. Like whatever
Guys.
groceries we got is what we had, and I wasn't allowed to go and be like, oh, but I need this little thing to make this.
I'm telling you guys, this is like hardcore. This is a hardcore challenge.
Yes.
The only time I think we ate out like 3 or 4 times during 30 days, and that's, if you're doing 3 meals a day between 2 people, that's 180 different meals. So like, sorry, I got a message, but that's 180 different meals. So like, that's a lot of food. All right. Yeah, we ate out like 4 times, but like, it's a hardcore challenge. So that's great. More intentional with your spending. What do you think that in the past you would spend the most money on?
Ooh, makeup. I would spend a lot of money.
I would agree with that.
Yes, I still do. But I kind of have my set products now, and and instead of like, oh, let me try this thing, Spencer has taught me like, well, you like this product, so why would you want to switch it up when you already like this one?
And what expense did you realize that you don't actually miss that much? Because you cut a couple things out. Is there anything that you didn't buy? You're just like, that really wasn't like that deep.
Skincare.
Skincare?
Yeah, you can find a lot of good skincare at the drugstore.
And that's what you use mostly now?
Like affordable. I'm talking like under $15. You don't need the expensive Sephora. Anua, yeah. You don't need that stuff.
It is cool though.
It is, yeah.
And what did you find yourself wanting to buy the most?
Food. Like stuff to make cheesecake with.
So like experiment food?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did your relationship with money change these last 30 days, and how?
Okay, it really did because, like I said, I'm a lot more intentional with things. And what I mean is, so during the lock-in, there was things that I really, really wanted, and it changed throughout that. I'm like, but I don't really want that. And so whenever the lock-in was over, I had to set things of like things I really wanted. Does that make sense?
So you found out what you actually like
Yes.
versus what like you just get just to get.
Yeah, because then I found myself like deleting it later.
And what should we have done differently during the lock-in?
What should we have done differently? I think maybe, I don't know. I don't think that there was really anything we could have.
You think we nailed it?
I really think so, because I was thinking about maybe more groceries, but also another thing that helped was making a meal plan. So like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
these are the options we're having for breakfast. This is what we like to have for lunch. This is what we like to have for dinner, and then these are the snacks that we like. So I don't think we should have done anything differently.
Okay, I got 2 more questions. One was it harder than you expected?
I want to say like the first 3 days was pretty hard, and then after a couple weeks, it kind of just taught me to get creative with like wanting to.
Because you still made desserts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just had to get
You were using
creative.
what we had already.
Exactly, it made me get creative.
Okay, I like that. And do you think that it brought us closer, or do you think it caused some tension?
I think it brought us a lot closer because I noticed that he was a lot less stressed.
Yeah.
A lot less stressed. So that was really good.
And that's going to wrap up the questions part of it. But I do want to say that the goals that we set out at the start of this lock-in was, because like, I'm not going to lie, like it's just facts. I'm not trying to flex. I'm not a baller, but like I have pretty good cash flow coming in from my 9 to 5 and my business. And so I had about $3,000 on my credit card, and like, yes, I could pay that off in a matter of 2 weeks, but I'd pay off like $2,000, I'd let $1,000 ride, and it never truly got to zero with like a surplus in my checking account. So that was a goal, to pay off that $3,000 and like have a cash buffer. And then was to pay off her $800 student loan. That's completely wiped out, which is great. And so we did both of those, and in the 30 days stacked up $2,250 in a high yield savings account. And I've never had a high yield savings account. I made a video about this, that I should have opened one at 18, and that's facts, just to have 2 or 3 months of living expenses just in case any stuff happens, because just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean that it's not going to happen in the future. So I have $2,250 in there, which is almost a full month of living expenses, and 0 credit card debt and 0 student loan debt. So that completely changed. And obviously we have enough money for a vacation in Puerto Rico, so that's pretty sick too. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. If you did enjoy, like, subscribe, and if you made it all the way through, you obviously are semi-interested in this challenge, give it a try. If you're in a relationship or you're not, still give it a shot, but especially if you are, then I think it's a really good way to like make sure that you're on the same page and you both want the same things basically. Because if somebody just wants the immediate gratification and others wants to delay it, then it's just gonna cause more and more friction, and neither one of you is gonna get what you want, because somebody wants stuff right now and other people want stuff when they're in their 30s and their 40s, and they can have a lot more, because that delayed gratification is basically compounding. It's crazy. If you haven't ran a compound interest calculator, do that thing. And yeah, we're gonna get rolling because we're in Puerto Rico. So I'll see you on the next one. Peace.